What if one man's words could shake the foundations of global powers? What if his sermons could spark fear across nations? This is the story of Sheikh Aboud Rogo. He was a Kenyan preacher. His words echoed far beyond his homeland. He became a symbol of resistance for some, a symbol of danger for others. Sheikh Rogo was a powerful orator. His voice resonated with passion and conviction. He spoke out against injustice. He challenged authority. He captured the hearts and minds of many, especially among the youth. But his words also attracted controversy. He was accused of inciting violence. He was linked to extremist groups. His life became a tangled web of accusations and denials. Was he a dangerous radical, or was he a victim of his own outspoken beliefs? Sheikh Aboud Rogo's story began in the bustling coastal city of Mombasa, Kenya. This vibrant city, known for its rich history and cultural diversity, provided a unique backdrop for his early life. Born in 1968, he grew up amidst the sights and sounds of this diverse port city. The lively markets, the call to prayer from the mosques, and the constant hum of activity shaped his formative years. From a young age, Rogo was drawn to religion. He spent countless hours studying the Quran and engaging in religious activities, which laid the foundation for his future path. He was known for his intelligence and charisma. These traits made him stand out among his peers and earned him respect within his community. These qualities helped him rise as a prominent preacher. His ability to connect with people on a personal level made his sermons particularly impactful. His sermons, often delivered in Swahili, resonated with the struggles and aspirations of ordinary Kenyans. He addressed social issues that were close to the hearts of many. He spoke about poverty and inequality. He criticized government corruption. His words echoed the frustrations of those who felt marginalized and unheard. His message struck a chord with many, particularly among the disillusioned youth. They found hope and direction in his teachings. However, his growing influence did not go unnoticed. The authorities began to monitor his activities closely. Rogo's criticisms extended to international politics. He was vocal about global issues that he believed affected his community. He condemned Western foreign policy. His bold statements attracted attention far beyond Kenya's borders. He spoke out against what he perceived as the oppression of Muslims worldwide. His passionate speeches rallied many to his cause. This attracted the attention of not only the Kenyan authorities but also international intelligence agencies. His growing influence and outspoken nature made him a person of interest on a global scale. As Sheikh Rogo's influence grew, so did the scrutiny surrounding him. His rise to prominence was marked by his ability to draw large crowds and captivate them with his powerful oratory skills. His fiery sermons, often critical of Western powers and their allies, were seen by some as a call to arms. He spoke with such intensity that it stirred both admiration and fear among his listeners. He was accused of inciting violence and promoting extremist ideologies. These accusations were not taken lightly, as they came at a time when global tensions were high. The Kenyan government, under pressure from international allies, accused him of having ties to Al-Shabaab, a Somali-based terrorist organization. This accusation brought a new level of scrutiny and danger to his life. Rogo vehemently denied these allegations. He stood firm in his defense, claiming that his words were being twisted and that he was a victim of political persecution. He claimed he was being targeted for his beliefs and his criticism of the government. His supporters rallied behind him, believing that he was being unfairly targeted for speaking truth to power. Despite his denials, Rogo was placed on a UN Security Council sanctions list in 2012. This move was seen as a significant blow to his reputation and his ability to operate freely. He faced travel bans and asset freezes. These sanctions severely restricted his movements and financial capabilities, making it difficult for him to continue his activities. The sanctions cited his alleged support for Al-Shabaab, including recruitment and fundraising. These allegations painted a picture of a man deeply involved in extremist activities. Rogo became an international figure, but not for the reasons he may have hoped. His name was now associated with terrorism and extremism, overshadowing his previous influence as a preacher. His name was now synonymous with controversy and suspicion. The once revered preacher found himself at the center of a global storm, his every move watched and scrutinized by authorities and the public alike. Section 4. A death in broad daylight. On August 27, 2012, the world was shocked by the news of Sheikh Aboud Rogo's assassination. He was gunned down in broad daylight. Rogo was driving with his wife and daughter when his car was sprayed with bullets. He died instantly. His wife was seriously injured. The brazen attack sent shockwaves through Kenya and beyond. It was a ruthless act that silenced a controversial figure, but it also raised more questions than it answered. Section 5. Riots, Whispers and Unanswered Questions. The assassination of Sheikh Aboud Rogo ignited a firestorm of anger and grief in Mombasa. Riots erupted in the streets, fueled by accusations and conspiracy theories. Who orchestrated the killing? Fingers were pointed in every direction. Some blamed the Kenyan government, accusing them of silencing a critic. Others whispered about the involvement of foreign intelligence agencies. Conspiracy theories abounded, adding to the confusion and mistrust. Despite numerous investigations and inquiries, the truth behind Rogo's assassination remains elusive. The lack of answers has only deepened the mystery and fueled speculation. The assassination became a symbol of the complex and often murky world of counter-terrorism and political intrigue. Section 6. A legacy forged in controversy. Years after his death, Sheikh Aboud Rogo remains a deeply polarizing figure. His name evokes strong emotions on all sides. Was he a dangerous radical who incited violence? Or was he a misunderstood preacher who spoke truth to power? His supporters remember him as a charismatic leader. They say he championed the rights of the oppressed. They point to his powerful sermons that challenged injustice. His critics view him as a dangerous extremist. They highlight his alleged ties to terrorism. They believe he played a role in radicalizing young Kenyans. The truth, as is often the case, likely lies somewhere in between these two extremes. Sheikh Rogo's legacy is a complex tapestry woven from threads of faith, politics and tragedy. Section 7. The enduring echoes of a life cut short. The story of Sheikh Aboud Rogo is a stark reminder of the power of words. His speeches, filled with fervor and conviction, resonated deeply with his followers, stirring emotions and igniting passions. It highlights the complexities of religion, extremism, and the fight against terrorism. The intertwining of faith and radical ideologies creates a volatile mix that challenges societies worldwide. Rogo's life and death raise uncomfortable questions about freedom of speech, state-sponsored violence, and the thin line between dissent and radicalization. His controversial sermons and the subsequent state response have sparked intense debates. His case serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of extremism. It shows how easily words can be weaponized, leading to actions that have far-reaching consequences. It also underscores the importance of due process and the rule of law. In the face of extremism, adhering to legal principles becomes even more crucial to maintain justice and order. Even in death, Sheikh Aboud Rogo continues to spark debate and reflection. His legacy is a complex one, prompting discussions on how societies should handle radical voices. His story reminds us that the fight against terrorism must be waged not only on battlefields, but also in the hearts and minds of people. It is a multifaceted struggle that requires both military and ideological efforts. It is a fight that requires a nuanced understanding of the forces that drive individuals to extremism. Addressing the root causes, such as social, economic, and psychological factors, is essential. It demands a commitment to justice and human rights for all. Only through a balanced approach that respects human dignity can we hope to create a safer, more just world.